Nation, One Election bill in Lok Sabha today. The bill will be introduced by Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal around noon. The BJP has issued a 3-line whip to all its MPs in Lok Sabha ahead of the introduction of the bill. As per sources, the bill will be sent to a JPC if opposition makes the demand. Now, the government is of the view that majority of the MPs are in favor of the bill, and it is only due to political opposition that they will oppose the bill. The introduction of the bill will happen 5 days after. It's going to happen 5 days after the Union Cabinet approved the proposed legislation for holding simultaneous elections in the country. Now, remember, Ramnath Kovind panel which was constituted in September 2023, it submitted its report in March earlier this year. The panel held wide-ranging consultations with all stakeholders, with experts, and also went through research work for about 191 days before submitting its report on simultaneous polls and the benefits of it. The committee suggested holding simultaneous polls for Lok Sabha and state assemblies and local bodies in a phased manner. Now, the One Nation, One Election proposal has seen a heated political face-off, with the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party strongly pitching for the idea, saying that if this is implemented, it will save money and will also speed up development work across the country. Now, the opposition, however, is calling this undemocratic and unfeasible, saying that when the government couldn't conduct elections in 4 states together, how will it hold simultaneous elections in such a large scale? Now, the BJP does not have 2/3 majority in the House for this constitutional amendment. But what's going to happen next? To get you more on that, let's listen into the political reactions that are coming in.
एक चुनाव के बाद दूसरा चुनाव, दूसरे के बाद तीसरा चुनाव, एक अनिर्णय की स्थिति में सरकारें पहुंचती हैं, क्योंकि उनको अगले चुनाव की तैयारी करना है। ये तमाम विसंगतियों का एकमात्र हल वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन है, और इसके माध्यम से मैं समझता हूं कि एक नए लोकतांत्रिक परंपराओं की शुरुआत होगी।
It is just to make sure that this country is going to be put on a path of progress without any hindrance due to continuous elections processes, because we waste at least 1.5 years during the election processes of various states. So the administration and the development takes a back seat.
ये बिल जरूर आएगा और ये पास हो जाएगा। हमारी शिवसेना जो पार्टी है, मुख्य नेता एकनाथ शिंदे साहब, हमारे गठनेता डॉक्टर श्रीकांत शिंदे, हम लोगों ने इस बिल को समर्थन दिया है। देश के हित में ये बिल है। देश का टाइम बचने वाला है, देश का विकास होने वाला है, देश का खर्चा कम होने वाला है इलेक्शन का। देखो 1952, 1957, 1962, 1967 में भी ऐसे चुनाव एक साथ, ये क्या नया प्रयोग नहीं है, ये प्रयोग हुआ है। उस समय ये हो चुका है।
हमारी पार्टी और हमारे नेता नीतीश कुमार शुरू से इसके समर्थन करते रहे हैं। हम लोग भी कमेटी के पास गए थे और हमारी पार्टी ने अपना विचार रखा था कि लोकसभा और विधानसभा का चुनाव एक साथ होना चाहिए, असेंबली का पंचायत का चुनाव अलग होना चाहिए, ये हम लोगों ने रखा था। और हम लोगों का मानना है कि हमेशा चुनाव के मोड में देश रहता है, डेवलपमेंट का काम बाधित होता है। एक बार चुनाव हो तो 5 साल वो सरकार चले, हम लोग पूरी तरह समर्थन।
And like we've been telling you, the opposition, led by the Congress party, they are going ahead and they are slamming this move by the government to bring the One Nation, One Election bill. The opposition is asking, when you don't have the majority, how can you go ahead with the numbers? That's what the opposition is saying. And they're also saying that this is nothing but a distraction.
I'm being joined by Congress Member of Parliament and Chief Whip, Mr. K. Suresh. Thank you for speaking to Times Now. So the central government is all set to table the One Nation, One Poll bill today in the Parliament. What is the stand of the Congress party and what will be the strategy of the Congress party?
Our stand is very clear. From the beginning, we opposed this One Nation, One Election. Today also we are going to oppose the One Nation, One Election amendment bill.
Sir, regarding you are the chief whip, you have issued a 3-line chief whip to all the MPs of the Congress party to be present, and also the meeting is going to take place. What will be the strategy, sir?
No, we have to, today is when the bill is introducing, our members should be present because we have to oppose this bill. That's why our MP should be present in the House because this is a very important bill they are bringing to the House. So the entire opposition should strongly oppose this bill. That's why our members, we have to ensure our members are present in the House.
I'm joined by Congress MP Pramod Tiwari. सर, आज वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन को इंट्रोड्यूस किया जाएगा पार्लियामेंट में. कांग्रेस ने काफी इसका विरोध किया है, तो आप लोगों की स्ट्रैटेजी क्या रहेगी पार्लियामेंट में?
हमने देखे नहीं अभी उसे. जो बातें मीडिया से छन के आ रही हैं या जो बातें हवा में हैं, उनमें एक बात का सवाल कई हैं जिनके उत्तर नहीं. पहला, जिन विधानसभा को कार्यकाल बढ़ाएंगे या कुछ संविधान में संशोधन करेंगे तो क्या भाजपा के पास 2/3 बहुमत है लोकसभा राज्यसभा में? मेरा जवाब है नहीं. तो बिना बहुमत विपक्ष से मांगे हो ही नहीं सकता ये. तो इससे लगता है कि सरकार के इरादे से पारित कराना नहीं, ये रख के किसी कमेटी में डाल देंगे और ला के चर्चा चलती रहे, महंगाई, बेरोजगारी और मुद्दों से ध्यान हटता रहे. ये सरकार की ध्यान हटाओ राजनीति का हिस्सा है. पूर्व राष्ट्रपति ने तो 1.5% GDP बढ़ा दी. कहाँ से कैलकुलेट किया? वो अर्थशास्त्री कभी रहे नहीं, एक साधारण अधिवक्ता थे. अब वो 1.5% GDP कंट्रोल बढ़ाए दे रहे हैं. तो कोई बोलने को किसी को रोक तो है नहीं, आप बोलो. पर सवाल ये है कि इसमें जो आवश्यक संविधान संशोधन होंगे उसके पास पर्याप्त बहुमत कहाँ है बीजेपी के पास?
Pragya is joining us live. Pragya, whips have been issued. Both sides have made their stand clear, but it all comes down to 2/3 majority. What's going to be the government strategy as it plans to, in fact, come up with this bill today in the Lok Sabha?
Well, I'll take you from the background what government has been doing ever since they have decided that this bill is going to come in winter session. They have been in talks with many of the parties who have not have allied with them in the past, and there is a possibility government is ensuring that at least.
Okay, Pragya, we seem to be having an audio connection, a distraction in your audio line. There's more breaking news coming in. Let's go across to what the Congress party is doing at this point of time when there is a lot of debate around one nation, one election. The latest coming in from the Congress camp is that in a short while from now, that is at around 10:30 a.m., Congress MPs will be meeting in Parliament. They will be holding this crucial huddle, and the party's strategy and its focus will be on what it is set to do in the House. Now, the Congress party has made its stand clear. Multiple MPs, like Manish Tiwari has also given a notice opposing the very introduction of the bill, Rishabh. He goes on to say that one nation, one election, and the fact that the government wants to bring about this bill, it is a threat to the federal framework. Take us through more details of what the opposition is saying.
Well, Sagarika, as Pragya was pointing out, let's look at the floor of the House. 293 is the number stacked in favor of BJP, which includes their alliance partners TDP, JDU, Lok Jan Shakti Party, Ram Vilas, AJSU, SKM, and all the parties from Northeast and all. The number comes to 292 when it comes to the parties, and there are two independents who have openly supported BJP. The number comes to 293, which is 68 less than the 2/3 majority in the House of 542, given that the Basirhat seat, one seat, is vacant. Now, how is government going to get this 68? And this has given the strength to opposition, who very categorically say that the government does not have the numbers to pass this bill.
Right.
So what is the motive to bring in this bill? And be it Manish Tiwari, be it Pramod Tiwari, be it K. Suresh, Manikam Tagore, all these leaders have equivocally said that this bill is something which is an attack on the federal structure of the country. And Pramod Tiwari raised few questions yesterday as well, that what if, for example, yes, let's go for a one nation, one poll. What if a government in, say, Bihar or West Bengal loses the majority midterm, will you call for a election for the remaining term, or will you go ahead with a governor's rule for next 2 years, 2.5 years? This is an attack on federal structure, is what the Congress is advocating. Abhishek Banerjee from All India Trinamool Congress actually attacked the government, saying that in West Bengal itself you had an election in 7 phases, and you are talking about election, all India election at once. In UP, Samajwadi Party is dead against the One Nation One poll, and Akhilesh Yadav has said that you are unable to even carry out examination for student in one phase, and you have examination in various shifts for the aspirants. So how are you even looking at logical one election, one nation, one election? So opposition is all set. The 100 odd MPs of Congress, 22 from DMK, 30 plus for TMC and Samajwadi Party. These parties are very clear that we will not allow this
absolutely, Rishabh, even as the war of words continues with the opposition asking questions, it all boils down, like we've been saying, it boils down to the numbers, the 2/3 majority. But let's also tell our viewers about what exactly is happening before the session convenes. Ahead of the introduction of the ONOP bill in Lok Sabha, it is not just the BJP, it's also the Congress and the Shiv Sena. These are the parties also who've issued whips to their MPs requesting their presence in the House for today's proceedings. Now, ONOP bill's introduction is expected to spark intense discussions and debate. Let me go back to Pragya. Pragya, you were telling us about the numbers. Rishabh has also mentioned, and that's something that the opposition is also speaking about, that when you do not have 2/3 majority, how are you planning to bring about a bill? Is it nothing but a distraction? That's the charge of the opposition.
Well, I'll tell you why they have issued the whip. Because the important feature of this, of the passage of this bill is that there should be 2/3 of majority present and voting. It's very important that these members should be present and they will vote. It's not that you can be absent and you can abstain and you will get it passed. So present and voting is very important, and that is why all the parties would want their MPs to be present, especially those who do not want it to be passed. So they are ensuring that at least government will not get 2/3 of the majority. Government in any case is the majority because of the alliance it has with TDP and JDU. But the opposition parties will ensure each and every vote will count, and this is exactly why these parties have issued whip to their MPs that they should also be present. They do not want it to be passed, without having objections and opposition from the opposition party. And this is where opposition parties believe the strength lies in their unity. While we had seen India bloc, singing different tunes across the, throughout this particular winter session, this is at one point where majority of these India Alliance parties are speaking in one tone, be it TMC, be it Samajwadi Party or Congress. So this is very crucial for them to ensure that
Pragya, like we've been telling our viewers about, the numbers and the whips that are coming in, we'll also talk about the non-BJP, non-Congress parties who are also not part of the INDIA bloc. Those parties in the opposition, who are they in favor of? We'll talk to our viewers about that. We'll get more details on the same. But like we've been saying, numbers. What do the numbers look like as we, as it comes down to this crucial bill? Let's take you through the breakup. This is what the strength of the Lok Sabha looks like. 542 seats. There's one seat that's vacant. The NDA strength is 293. The 2/3 majority mark is 361. And as of now, that is what the opposition is pointing at. When you do not have the 2/3 majority, how are you bringing about the bill, and how are you so confidently saying that the bill will pass? So to that, they are short of 68. So this is the question that the opposition is asking. Now, let's tell you about what the Rajya Sabha looks like and the numbers as they are stacked up in the Rajya Sabha. When it comes to the total number of seats, it's 243. The NDA strength in the Rajya Sabha is 122. The majority, the 2/3 majority mark for the passage of the bill is 162. I beg your pardon, we'll have to change those numbers there. But yes, 40. They are falling short of 40 here. 162 majority mark, and the NDA is falling short of 40, and that is why the opposition is asking these questions. And that is why, Pragya, like we've been telling you, whips have been issued, the government, there is also a possibility that once the bill is introduced, if the opposition continues insisting, for a major discussion and they continue opposing it, the law minister could ask the speaker to send this to a JPC for wider consultations. Is that also expected?
And government is ready to do that because government believes that the more there are deliberations, the more they will be able to convince people who are in the opposition. There are parties like BRS, there are parties like JDS, Jammu and Kashmir National Conference, IUML, in fact NCP for that matter, who have not responded to the Kovind committee panel on whether they are against or in favor. So there are few numbers of these MPs as well, and this is exactly what the government has been doing. Government has been approaching them, trying to convince them that they should vote in the favor, and this is for everyone else also. This will also ensure there is a cut down on the expenditure. Projects will not be hampered because of the model code of conduct. So these are the parties, RJD for that matter, RLP for that matter, those parties who have not responded to the Kovind panel. The government is trying to approach them and ensure at least they would come on the table and support this bill. There are efforts that have been taken on the part of the government by approaching the topmost leadership. If government gets their favor, gets their approval for this bill, it will be a huge change in how the ND alliance is looked at. And not just that, it will also be a huge step in the democratic process of India.
Yes, and if you could also tell us once again, Pragya, about these parties that, with whom the talks are on, like you've been saying, that now not just the numbers, it's also about a lot of posturing and the back and forth that has gone over the last many days when it comes to this bill, which has been on the government's agenda. The other parties, if you could tell our viewers about the names of those parties.
So, when Mr. Kovind was formalizing this report, TDP had not responded. But now TDP has come on record say that they will be supporting this particular bill. Like Sikkim Democratic Fund, there had been Shiromani Akali Dal, which was Simranjit Singh Maan. These parties have not responded. In fact, IUML, NC and JDS, in fact, by that time had not responded. But it looks like the JDS will be in the favor. So will be TDP. And this also makes a lot of difference. There are 32 responses that the Kovind panel had got, and out of that 32 were yes, they got feedback from 47 political parties. 15 of them said yes. There are total 62 parties, so that makes a difference, and that is the window that the government is watching very keenly and closely and trying to exploit that in its favor. So it is a lot of diplomatic back channel talks that the government is doing with these political parties to ensure that this bill see the light of the day, government also believes that it will surely go to JPC because the opposition parties would want more deliberation and discussion on it.
Absolutely, and smaller parties will hold key at this point of time. But like we've been telling our viewers, there are notices that also have been issued today. Congress MP Manish Tiwari has raised serious concerns, and he in his notice has argued that the bill challenges India's federal framework, it risks eroding states' autonomy, and is also a threat to the local democratic engagement process. He is also called for immediate attention as he has moved a notice to oppose the introduction of one nation, one election. How is the BJP responding to all the arguments coming in from the opposition? Let's listen in.
Manish Tiwari should tell us that whether the fathers of our constitution, whether it was Bhimrao Ambedkar, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, they all were wrong by doing elections of Lok Sabha and Rajyas together. I don't think so. We should think with an open mind. Parliament is for debate and discussion. Let's have a debate and discussion, and whatever the consensus will be, everyone should follow that.